Okay. Holy shit. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the PNG Pacific Capital live streams. This is your host, Jaro, tuning in for London session. Just trying to get these things ready. Today is what? Today is the 24th of July, 2022. And yeah, before we do anything, we're just gonna check Forex Factory if you have any high impact news coming out for today. It's today, Monday. We do have flash manufacturing PMI, flash services coming up for GP at 6:30. I think that's going to be a pretty high impact news. We just have to wait to see how that plays out. Yeah, without any further ado, I think we're just going to go ahead now and start breaking down our charts. A little bit of issue with our zoom camera. Anyways, let's see. Just sorting out our charts. Okay, that's better. Okay, without any further ado, we're just going to check out our higher time frames right now. Looking at the weekly time frame, we have closed above 1960 at this point. Price action wise, I am expecting a further drive bullish of this weekly candle. I think so. Throughout the week, we could potentially anticipate bullish volume on the weekly time frame coming up. The only problem is last week's candle kind of rejected this previous resistance area to the left over here. So last week's candle closed bullish, so that makes the third bullish candle closure on the weekly time frame in a row. So we'll see if we have further bullish momentum for this week's candle. Looking at the daily time frame, last week's Friday's candle closed bearish, respecting this previous resistance area over here, 1967.45. If today's candle respects that level, really gonna anticipate price to come back up, retest this daily resistance at 1980. So that's what I'm thinking on the daily time frame. Highly likely we could potentially retest the highs, but I just don't see any volume coming into the charts as yet. Okay, maybe we can have volume coming in heading towards London session or potentially NY session. So something we have to wait and see. Dropping out to the 4-hour time frame, you can clearly see how current 4 kind of has some pretty strong bullish volume on it. Previously, the previous 4 kind of closed below this resistance area over here. Current 4 kind of just drove straight back into this range, and now we're pretty much trading back above this 4-hour resistance at 1963 right over here. So based on the 4-hour time frame, not too sure about volume on the 4-hour time frame, anticipating some kind of bullish momentum, but that's something we have to wait and see. Dropping down to our execution time frames now, which is the 1-hour time frame and the 30-minute time frame. Looking at the 1-hour time frame right now, it's a little bit tricky on the 1-hour time frame. Let's get rid of this first. So the previous 1-hour candle kind of respected this previous support area over here that was formed during last week's NY session. So kind of had a liquidity grab coming down. Never really broke the low, but we had a nice strong bullish 1-hour candle closure over here. The next one hour candle actually drove through. Back. Okay, let's see. Yeah, current 1 hour candle is extremely bullish at this point. We're kind of broken all through all these 1 hour traffic over here. It's a little bit interesting at this point. We have price testing this level over here, but significant bullish volume on the 1 hour time frame. Maybe if you have a nice kind of closure above 1960, actually this resistance here, if you have a nice kind of closure above it, we could potentially anticipate the next candle to potentially drive through. But the only problem is this wick, this kind of wick over here. So we have this 1 hour candle closing in the next 1 minute. Sorry, 22 minutes. So interesting to see how it closes. Yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting to see how this candle closes. We have this resistance here on the 1 hour time frame that we're looking at. From this resistance to the next resistance over here on the 1 hour time frame, that's like a 22 pip range. I'm not too sure if I want to be taking any trades in this range, but you know, it's worth looking at. Looking at the 1 hour, the 30-minute time frame. Structure on the 30-minute time frame is a little bit tricky at this point. Let's take a look at the 30-minute time frame. So, okay, just looking at the 30-minute time frame right now, we did have like a minor bearish trend over here, which we broke structure over here. So maybe if we can come down, potentially retest 1961 or 1961 or even 1960, we could potentially have a shift of structure to potentially retest the highs. The only thing that I'm seeing right now is this break of structure over here, but that's something we have to look at. Looking at just looking at the 30-minute time frame, our better buy will be above 1966 right here, because then if we do take a trade over here, we're going to target this resistance area over here in 72. This range over here would be a better range to be taking a trade in. Just quickly measure this range. This is a 50-60 pip range, so that will be a much better range to be taking a trade in. But you know, just have to be patient, see how all these things play out. Not too confident about the 30-minute time frame right now. Maybe the 1 hour time frame. I think the 1 hour time frame would be a better range to be taking a trade in. The 1 hour time frame would be a better range to be taking a trade at this point. Candle flip. Yeah, at this point we're just gonna wait. Actually gonna pull up our MT5 terminal. Going to have some music playing in the background. Yeah. So we have this 30-minute candle closing in the next 14 minutes. A lot of bullish momentum on the 4-hour time frame. Just want to see if we can break through this whole area over here. So if we can break through this area, maybe have a nice candle close above 1965.75. Hopefully we can have the next 1-hour candle just drive bullish. That would be great. But it seems like we have this bullish volume dying down a little bit now. Just have to wait to see how this 1-hour candle closes in the next 10 minutes. Actually going to be interesting how this 1-hour two strong 1-hour candles. We're going to see if the third 1-hour candle follows through with momentum. So just gonna wait and see. How do you practice your patience? Practice your patience by not letting the charts dictate our time on it. Just have to control your time on the markets. Don't let markets control your time. Which means be flexible. Try to be relaxed whenever you're coming onto the charts. So if you find yourself always rushing to the charts, then that's going to be a problem. So just relax, man. Just try to be relaxed. Yeah, gold's probably ranging today, but you know, whatever happens. Just looking at the 1-hour time frame, the structure on the 1-hour time frame right now, it's a little bit tricky. So we had like a consolidation and then a pop bearish here, and then we had like another consolidation, another pop bearish. So consolidating, popping, but this right here is kind of a weak bearish drive towards the bottom. So price action wise, maybe definitely could start having some bullish volume coming in now. We just have to wait to see how this 1-hour candle closes. Yeah, it does close, and hopefully we can get a nice drive towards the top now. That's going to be interesting. All in all, it's Monday right now, so as usual, we like to have some very high confirmation trades on Monday. It's always better to start the week off on a high rather than to start the week off digging ourselves into a hole and spend the rest of the week trying to dig ourselves out. Whatever happens today, we're only going to take one trade for London session, and we're going to call it a session. That's the plan. Honestly, anticipating price to come down for a little bit, like potentially come down, create some sort of resistance, and then pop bullish. That's what I'm anticipating. You can send a chat on Discord, or if you're a member, you can just send it on Zoom. What do you think about the SMC strategy? I have no thoughts on the SMC strategy. Never really tried looking into it, but I'm pretty sure there's some profitable SMC traders out there. It's just not my way of trading. You know, trading down. No. You know, this is the kind of scenario that I'm not too. I don't really like, to be honest. We have a 1 hour candle pushing bullish, but the 30-minute candle is actually driving bearish at this point. So we have a rejection ring towards the top. We also have a nice, strong red candle on the 30-minute time frame also. So anything could happen at this point. Just have to be patient. Looking at hindsight, 1965 is a pretty strong resistance area, based on the 30-minute time frame. So maybe we can base our trades off this 1965 area. We have the previous 30-minute candle kind of closed shy of 1965. So just have to stay patient on this one. Whatever our trading plan may be, we're only going to take one trade for the session, so it's going to be interesting how that plays out. It's a little bit tricky at this point. What do you think about the 15-minute time frame? The 15-minute time frame has a little bit of both the lower time frames uncertainty and the higher time frames direction. The reason why I say that is because the lower time frame is especially on gold, till the 5-minute time frame and below, structure is always breaking. And 15-minute time frame, because it's kind of like the middle ground of the lower time frames and the higher time frames. Sometimes you have good clean structures on the 15-minute time frame. Sometimes structure is always breaking on the time frames. It's kind of a middle ground. I use 15-minute time frame to manage risk, and sometimes during high volatile sessions, I use it as an extra confirmation for me to execute trades. But I don't depend heavily on the 15-minute time frame. The lowest time frame I can go to execute trades is the 30-minute time frame, but you could always use the 15-minute time frame as an extra confluence to execute a trade. That's no problem. Is it better to let the trade run or close 90%? It depends on you, bro. Depends on how you feel. Sometimes if you don't feel that you have the mental capacity to hold the trade over a long period of time, you can always secure positions, man. Take some stress off yourself. Secure positions, move stocks to break even. You know, if your trade comes back, hits break even, then at least you have a peace of mind that you've secured some profits already, so win-win, man. Win-win. So we have 3 minutes until this 30-minute candle closes. It's gonna be interesting to see how the next candle develops. I don't think taking buys would be very ideal for this range, but sells would be nice. Maybe that could be considered a fake out, maybe, potentially. This could be considered a fake out. Because this thing is actually closing back in his range right now. So guys, we could potentially have a trade right now. Potentially. Take this trade, let's see how big of a range this is. Yeah. Less than a 30 pip range stop loss, and then we're gonna target 19. Alright, could work. Could work. I just want to see how this can close in the next 1 minute. I don't know about those ones in Europe, but I think some of these Australian brokers are pretty legit. They're actually pretty good. Yeah, this thing is closing back in his range over here, so I actually think this could just be a liquidity grab for us, dry bearish. And now that this candle is closing back in his range, actually just executed a sell over here. This is going to be my only trade for the session. Stop loss is going to be above the current forward candle, and we're going to be targeting these lows here. Things are actually running pretty nicely right now. So there's a couple of reasons why this trade was taken. 1965 is a pretty strong psychological level. I pretty much rejected this level. We had the previous 30-minute candle close below it. This 5 p.m. candle closed below it. The 5:30 candle kind of made some sort of a liquidity grab above it and closed back below it. 2, we have this 30-minute candle close back in the range. We have this 1 hour candle, the kind of a rejection ring towards the top, and close back below this resistance area over here. Another reason why I took this trade was because this 4 hour candle price was kind of coming back trading below this 4 hour resistance level over here at 1963,600. So that's the reason why I took that trade. Yeah, at this point I'm really not expecting this 4 hour candle to break its own high now. Not expecting any of that. But this is Monday, and we don't want to be over trading on a Monday. This is going to be our only trade. There will be no scalings. There will be no scalings on this trade. No trade after this. Who has the best spreads in the markets? Maybe IC markets, but Blueberry markets pretty decent. Blueberry and FP markets, they're pretty decent brokers. They have some decent spreads, so check them out. Depends on the broker and the liquidity providers, to be honest. What are your targets for sales? It's bidding price to retest the lows, so 957.50 overall target. No, I'm not streaming in my session. This is the only stream for now. You know, everything seems to be just seems to be driving bullish, but this trade was actually executed on the 30-minute time frame. But we had both confluences on the 1-hour time frame and the 4-hour time frame, so that's the reason why I took this sells over here. Hopefully we can start pushing now. To be honest, initially I was looking at buys, but you know, plans change all the time. And just looking at how these candles are closing, this has shifted more towards the sell side. But it's not like an overall. Overall, I think price is gonna go bullish. This is only an intraday trade, so only taking these sells based on the fact that we might slightly correct this move from 4 p.m. That is a little bit of a correction before we start getting back into some buys momentum going towards the NY session. So we do have these news coming out at 6:30, so not too sure how it's going to affect gold, but very hopeful that we can have price moving in our direction with flash manufacturing PMI coming out at 6:30. So that's something I'm looking at right now. But I'm just anticipating price to stay below this 4-hour resistance. If we stay below this 4-hour resistance, I'm going to be comfortable. But if we start driving back bullish, it's going to be a problem. Like I said, the previous two 1-hour candles are pretty strong, so if we go with momentum, that will be something. We'll go with momentum. Just have to be patient. Which crypto wallet do you? Nah, no, I don't have any crypto wallet. Nada. I just haven't gone around to try to open one. So no crypto wallet for now. Looking at sales at 1970. Yeah. If you believe the price is gonna go up to 1970, why don't you take a trade up to 1970? Yeah. What do I think of GJ? I'm not looking at GJ right now. Where you from? I'm from the land of the unexpected. Oh yeah. It's now 12 past 6 my time. 12 past 6 p.m. This is a fake out, yeah. Potential this a potential fake out and a liquidity grab towards the top. So really anticipating price to come down. We could potentially get another tap of 1965, but we'll have to wait and see. It's Monday, so I just want to get a winning trade. Could have volume died down a little bit since we have so much volume for the past 2 hours. Maybe we can have volume die down a little bit, but just have to wait and see. But I've seen this over and over again. It could potentially come down to retest 1960. Potentially. Just have to wait and see. We have 15 minutes until this 30-minute candle closes. Hopefully we can close bearish. Should you up risk on trying to pass a prop firm challenge? I don't know. The last time I passed the prop firm challenge, which is on FTMO, I didn't try to up risk or anything, just stuck to my rules. Risking 1%, and then like after reaching like the halfway mark, the 5% mark, then I upped my risk a little bit. Don't try to rush your challenges. I mean, you have to switch up your strategy a little bit, maybe be strategic on the risk that you're taking, but overall, just take your time. You really have to take your time on these challenges. I don't think we have that much bearish volume. Price is actually trying to stretch it. Any tips for people with small accounts? Don't focus on the monetary aspect of it. Focus on the quality of your trades. Sometimes, not sometimes, but whenever you have a small account, you really want to make that account big, and that causes you to risk a little more than usual. You have a small account, just focus on taking quality trades, quality setups, and when you consistently make some gains on that small account, then see how you can scale it up by depositing some more money into it, or try to up your risk a little bit, but only if you show some form of consistency. Looking at the 30-minute time frame and the 1-hour time frame right now, I only have I do have the higher time frames to the left, the full and the daily time frame, but pretty much just focus on the 1-hour time frame and the 30-minute time frame, which is my execution time frame right now. Now this is our first trade of the week. Whenever we execute our first trade of the week, we'd like to put ourselves in the best position to win. And if it's gonna be a losing trade, then we don't want to dig ourselves into a deeper hole than it already is. So whatever the outcome of this trade is, we're gonna shut down our charts, call it a session, and come back tomorrow. So nine minutes until the 30-minute candle closes. Doesn't look too good. It really doesn't. Actually, it does. There we go. We're actually at 10 pips right now. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make this trade risk-free. So this trade is pretty much risk-free at this point. We're running at like 15 pips right now. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of 15 pips right here. Nice little trade for the day. Oh, look at this. 20 pips. It's actually reached 20 pips, but we got out of 15 pips. 16 pips actually. Yeah. Amazing session, guys. I'm happy with the win for the day. And yeah, pretty much done right now. So just a little recap on why this trade was taken. Basically, we had this forward candle start driving up, and as soon as price came back below this 4-hour resistance over here, we could clearly see on the 1-hour time frame that we had a rejection wick towards the top. We also had this key level over here, 1965, which got rejected. We also have a nice strong 30-minute candle closure back off this key level, which is the 1965 level. As soon as this 30-minute candle retraced up a little bit, tapped into this 1-hour support area, executed an impulse entry, anticipating price to drive back bearish. As soon as price drove bearish, price stepped into 10 pips of profits, move ourselves to break even. Price came down to 15 pips of profits and decided to close everything out at that point. Another reason why I decided to close everything out at 15 pips was because we were approaching this resistance area over here. So I wasn't too sure how price was going to hold up at this resistance. This resistance area over here, 1961. Actually, 1962 was pretty much holding all throughout Asian session. So not too sure how price is going to react at this level. So I decided to close everything out at that point. Amazing session, guys. And that's it. Done for the session now. Amazing. Cheers, guys. I'll catch you guys tomorrow during London session. Peace.